It's a real pleasure for me as a longtime fan to be sitting here with Aaron Gray.
Here with Larry Hama.
We're talking with Kevin J. Anderson, best-selling author.
Mr. Neil Adams.
I am here with David Britt.
Axel Alonso, editor.
Shadow Stevens. And Devil's Comic-Con with John Delancey.
Tom King.
Kevin Conroy.
Free comic book day.
Denise Crosby.
PopCon Pop Expo.
Here on location at Star Wars Celebration.
Cafe Expo, talking for our second time with Gil Gerard.
Wichita, Kansas at Time Eddie.
Producer David Gerald.
I've got Eric Flint.
Are here at Smallville Comic-Con.
Wizard World St. Louis.
VillageCon in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Michael Lombardi.
We were talking with Alan Dean.
Quincy Allen.
Suzanne Lambden.
Of Starlog Magazine, Mr. Kerry O'Quinn.
Chris Sami.
Len Lee. Dave Schwartz. Mano Incarami. Jason Aaron.
This is Sci-Fi for Me, your portal to the science fiction multiverse.
The Immortal Mask, a 1970s superhero crime noir adventure that follows a retired soldier who is given a Covenant interview with a death row inmate. What he learns from the interview thrusts him into Atlanta's shadowy underworld. He'll have to utilize his military training to survive from being hunted for the information that could topple the most powerful ruling class in the city. This is not a pre-order or a crowdfunding campaign. Get your books now at Denali's.com.
Oh my god.
"25 seconds to curtain, folks."
Your favorite podcast is Critical Blast.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mindy Wheeler. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here for the first time and hopefully not the last.
Oh, absolutely. I was so entertained too, sitting back watching the show. Now you got me so jazzed.
Yeah, people are making some great videos, including yours. I was sitting there thinking, is that Queen? Am I going to get a strike before the show even starts? But
no, no, it's not Queen. Boobs. That's my voice saying boobs.
Really? You ran that through a synthesizer. You're frozen. She's frozen.
It cut off a bit there, but yeah, it froze for a second.
Oh, that's
yes. I was very talented. I have a special talent. Yes, I am on my phone. You know, my computer and everything. The last stream, 2 streams ago, everything crashed, and so I just decided to do it on my phone for now.
Well, as long as you got the bars or the Wi-Fi, you're good to go. So before we get into this title, let's talk a little bit about you. What comics have you created? What's your comic creation history here? Because you didn't just jump in and put this out.
Yes, boobs is quite unexpected.
They always are.
Yeah, well, yes, and pleasantly a pleasant surprise. It's been a pleasant surprise for me. This is my first book that is mine, and all of the artwork is mine. And my husband and I wrote it together, so I'm a co-creator then in that way. But this would be my first creator-owned title. before this, I started in about 2014, right at the end of 2014, beginning of 2015. So it's been 9 years, I think. Yes, yes, it was better then. I've definitely had a rough go of it. I started out as a colorist. That was my first gig and few gigs where I'm coloring for other well-established creators. I see these creators now too, and they're still going and they're, very successful. I think they were still successful then, but they were younger in their careers too. So I was a total noob. I didn't really know anything about the industry, but that's how I started. And then it was hard. It was hard to like find gigs, because what I found out after a few years is that a lot of the industry isn't necessarily based on any type of structure whatsoever. Like a lot of it is they'll give their friends the jobs, or like whoever. A lot of publishers decided to do this model of, we don't want to promote you anymore. You bring us the following, and that's how we work now. So like I was told, for example, you go ahead, we'll hire you, go later. You go put something on the internet and get internet famous, then we'll hire you. So it was really like spotty, but I did end up getting some pencils, and like interior pinups with Zenescope, and some Rothic, coloring with Rothic under Don McTeague and with Sabine Rich and Ebass. Worked on some coloring covers there. So from interiors, pencils, and coloring covers. And then I did a Dynamite cover of Vampirella for the 50th anniversary. That was like 2 to 3 years ago. So it's been spotty. The industry has also gone through its ups and downs. So I won't say there's like a very easy, like streamlined process. It's been like, whatever I could get. But I wasn't very happy a lot of times. So I pulled away, and then I decided to do this book. My husband and I came up with the idea, and I wasn't totally sure I should do it.
Well, hey, after 5 years, you figured out the one thing that sells comics, that perfect mechanism that splits a title off from a 50-cent bin cast off to a fan favorite, and that is boobs.
Yes, absolutely. And it brings people joy. And that's really what I felt the industry lacked, was like happiness and joy, and people just enjoying comics. So I'm so glad that I went through with this after having some self-doubt, and then putting a lot of work into it. I anticipated releasing this like 2.5 years ago, but I was going to hire the work. I wasn't planning on doing it all myself because I knew it would take too long. But and I had a baby too. But I went through it, and I got through it. I did it myself. And I think I'm better for it because I condensed my process. I used to be traditional, like pencil, traditional, ink, flatting, colors, then lettering, and that took so long. But now I do it all at once on Procreate on my iPad.
Yeah,
so
I've heard that the only thing there is that you don't have original artwork to sell.
Yeah.
So it's a trade-off. It depends on whether you're going to make your money on the book or whether you're going to make your money on the original art. Good to go either way. We got some questions in the chat here. Mike Walters dropping in to like and share, and always appreciate that. Has a question, says, with the title of this book and the pictures, aren't you a little worried that some people might get the wrong idea that you welcome being harassed? And, that had to cross your mind about, I'm going to conventions. You've already done Zenescope work. And for people who know Zenescope, we know the art style that sells there. But with this in particular, you're going to get fanboys at conventions who are interested in boobs. And they're going to, I get to go talk to a girl and I have to say the word boobs, because it's the name of her book. I get to do it. It's okay.
That's true. Yeah, I figure. I mean, it comes with the territory. I have my boundaries, of course, but I've been working in this industry for a long time, and I've done commissions and stuff, so it's something I'm comfortable with dealing with already. I think that actually it's so comical that it kind of dispels that awkwardness. And like there would definitely be a line like nobody's gonna touch mine, right? Like, you know, there's definitely like a common sense line. And if I ever do go to shows, which I haven't because I have 2 new little babies over the past few years. So that won't, I don't know if that'll happen for a while, but my husband always comes with me and no one's going to mess with me while he's there. So I'm not too worried. It's been a blast. People enjoy boobs in general. Like, I don't think they really hyper focus on me so much. I haven't had that.
When I think of boobs in comics, which is quite often actually, come to think of it, I'm always reminded of the Stan Lee line about digital comics versus paper comics, and no one has told me that this is apocryphal, so I'm going to just assume he said it, and he's like, you know, comics are like boobs. They're fun to look at on the screen, but I'd rather hold them in my hands.
He did say that, you know, didn't he?
It's attributed to him. Whether he really said it or not, I can't ask him. It's that is one damn fine cup of coffee you've got there.
It's tea, I know, and it's my son put in the dishwasher, so it ruined it. That's okay. It says, "Dost thou comprehend?" from Hocus Pocus.
But it's huge. You could dip your head in this thing.
I know. That's why I love it. I'm a coffee drinker, but I'm trying to do tea. So this is tea. And actually, my mother was British, so I grew up with tea time. Going back to my roots, I guess.
I'm a coffee drinker too, and I was, you know, I've been donating plasma now and then because, you know, it helps people. Plus, you know, you get some money for it, and it funds some things that I want to do on the side. And my heart rate was always like up, and they're like, "Are you a coffee drinker?" I'm like, "Oh, who isn't?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's going to drive your heart rate up." So I would like not drink it on the days I went in, and I'd be high. Like not high. I mean, my heart rate would be high. So I bought one of those little finger clamp things where it's like you measure your heart rate during different times of the day.
Yeah.
My heart rate drops to 75 when I have 2 cups of coffee. So I quit trying to avoid it and just dove in, and I haven't had a problem last several times I've gone. It's like, well, what'd you do? I was like, I started drinking coffee again. You guys were killing me.
Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, I love coffee. That's very interesting though.
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually have a
flavors.
Yeah, well, I could talk about my heart later. It's a boring topic, but
yeah, well, you know, your heart's behind boobs, so you know it's the
yes,
the boobs are the doorway to the heart.
I love that. I love that. That's fantastic.
In both directions, so you know it works either way.
I love it. I love it. See how much fun this book is? It's awesome.
Yes, I'm getting away with so much tonight. This is great. This, by the way, folks, is what we're talking about. Why isn't it not showing up? Do. That's interesting. There it is. Wow. Why did StreamYard do that? Kickstarter campaign with 3 days left to go, folks. So this is the time to get in. The link to this is right below the video. Right now, you can go down there and click it, jump in, do what you got to do, which is throw money at this thing, and you're going to want to. And Mindy, I know there's a plot to the book. There's got to be. But
yes, there is. I read story too.
Yeah, it's a ditzy cosplayer who's well endowed, and her boyfriend photographer. And I'm looking at these people. I'm like, I know these people. And now she's told me that she's drawn for Zenescope, and I'm like, are they who I think they are?
Who do you mean? Who do you see? Because
I see a parody of Alfred and Kara.
I knew. Okay, see that? I've gotten that a couple times. It's not intentional. And actually, Sumchai isn't her boyfriend, although he might want to be. But
yeah,
no,
well, you know, it's not a direct correlation. It's just
it is cool. I know Kara and Alfred. They're very, very nice people. I used to live by them.
Cosplay cover. She's got to do a cosplay cover too.
I know. She's got to. I thought that would be awesome too, because they do look coincidentally, yeah, a lot like him. I reached out to her, but she hasn't. I don't even think seen the message yet. I'm sure she gets swarmed with messages, and I haven't talked to her in many years. But I know they're very sweet people. So if she's ever willing to do it, she would be. They would be like the perfect yeah, the perfect people for this book. I agree. But no, I did not intentionally make it that way. Samchai has been a character my husband and I have talked about for years and years and years. So, and I think there's a lot of me in Boobs and the character herself. And I used to be really dumb. So, you know, like when I look back.
There's a difference between dumb and ditzy, because you can be ditzy and be smart.
Oh, well, then I'm still ditzy. So I check both boxes.
Yeah. It's a disarming affectation that puts people off their guard. So what is the plot of Boobs? And that's the sentence I never thought I would say in my life.
Oh, trust me, I never thought I'd be doing this either, but I'm so glad I am. It is so much fun. I've never had this much fun in comics, that's for sure, but also in life. Like, this is definitely a high point for me. A peak, if you will.
Yes.
The story.
You said it, not me.
Story. It's a very well-rounded story with arcs and depth and you know, all that
Yes.
is carved into it.
It will stick forever in your memories.
And for real though, I've written like a very solid 8-issue story arc, and it's honestly one of the best stories I think I've ever written. Now my husband, he co-created it with me. He's the one that came up with the concept. This was 2020, you know, the infamous year of boredom for everybody, and we laughed about this concept. We thought it was awesome. We were like, we could seriously do this. Wow, that'd be fun. And he wrote the script, and then we kind of like backed off from comics. And then he's been working, and I had a baby, you know, and we also like kind of pulled away.
Yeah,
life happens. I had a couple brushes with some toxic creators in the time, and I was just like, you know, is this really the industry for me? Yeah. But I love the medium, and I love the characters. I've come to really like adore them and their stories, every one of them, even the villains. I love them all. They're so much fun. And so when he went off and worked, I really like poured my heart into this, and it just kept growing and growing and growing, and becoming a very well-endowed story. And I split up his initial script into 2 issues. So that's why I already have 2 done. It's because I planned on releasing that as one, and then it just kept growing and I had more ideas. So I kind of took over the writing at that point and added. So I ended up splitting it in 2. And here we are. And then I've continued on.
8? It's going to be 8 issues total?
Yes, and it could go beyond that, depending. But I think because we have other titles we want to do too that I think are also super awesome. So I'm excited for those now too. So I think I'm going to do the 8 and then pause and then focus on another one heavy, you know, and then kind of like bounce around. And if I have the time, you know, that's part of working in comics, is it's difficult to do all this work. There's a lot of hours involved. But I'm going to try to work on another title simultaneously as well. But definitely I have those 8 issues. Like, that they're definitely coming. There's no not releasing those. And then we'll see how if it goes beyond that. We'll see. It'd be fun.
Now, if I had been consulted, and I never am, I would have put my 2 cents in. Says, you're numbering the books all wrong. These books should be A, B, C, D, double D. And
how did I think of that?
Well, problem is I don't know what comes after double D, because you just get into ludicrous speed by that point.
That's genius. A, B,
unless you start
C,
with double A, and then you know
H. Yeah, A. That's
the
really
first
smart.
issue is training. The first issue is training. Then it's double A, then A, then B, then C, then D, then double D, and then you get the triple D ending. Yeah. It's all there.
Yeah, it's all there. We can make it work. We can stretch it out to fit right. Sure.
Oh, yeah, you can always stretch it. The puns just keep coming, folks. It's going to be that kind of a show. And we haven't even looked at the campaign yet. We just got I don't know the main character's name. She's winking at us behind glasses.
I love the character. She's become kind of like a hero for me. I wrote her to be really positive, like the best parts of me I guess, that I could project, because I'm sure every creator does, but also like what I feel I'm personally lacking. That like, so she's like my hero, to like help uplift me, to stay positive and just remember to have a blast and live your life to the fullest.
Keep saying that line. You're on the right channel for it. So who is she and what is she? I mean, she's a cosplayer, but it looks like she's doing superheroics at some point.
You're not the first to kind of catch that feel. I will say, no, she doesn't have heroic abilities, but that might be in the future. You'll find out a lot about her in issue 3. So issue 1 is where Samchai and Boobs meet, and it's the inciting event where they get entangled into the... Oh,
that's actually her name?
Boobs? Well, she gets nicknamed Boobs. You don't even find out her name until issue 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't, because I didn't want anybody... I just wanted to force everybody to say Boobs because it makes them smile until at least issue 3. So,
hey, Boobs, come over here.
You have to say Boobs, and then people know what you're talking about. But issue 3, you'll get into her backstory. And so, like, it's issue 1, they meet, there's calamity, there's an event, then they get thrown into the trajectory of the story. Issue 2, you see a villain arise, and things kind of take an interesting turn. And then issue 3, you start to get into the depth of the characters a little bit more and get to know them. And, it's structured very... I've spent a lot of time on this story writing it, making sure it was really good, as best as I could possibly make it. And in each issue, she has a costume change at the end. So she'll be in a different costume for each.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'm just trying to think who the villain would be here. I'm like, the Puritan, mastectomator, just who would be the perfect foil for Boobs?
You shall see.
I'll tell you what. He's a real dick. I'll tell you that.
That's perfect, because that's like a line in there, almost verbatim. You'll see. It's so much fun. I love all the characters, including all of the adversaries that should come to be. Yes, I could go on with like this book for forever. I've thought of more than I've written now, and people like you have suggested already. Yeah, and there's so much people have added to it too, like suggested. I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. So I could definitely see it going for longer than 8. I just have the 8 already written, really solid.
So Rusty, there's your answer to your question. It's 8 issues planned so far, but could go beyond that. What will drive that is how many issues of number 8 sell, and they have to, pretty much be consistent with 1 through 7. So if you want to see this be continuing, throw your money into the book. Right now it is at, I got to remember this number, 2287, because if it goes up, we have a celebration. We do on the show for different campaigns as they do that. It happens very rarely. Sometimes people actually contribute during my show. Had one guy get a refund once. That was fun.
It happens. It fluctuates.
Yeah. But this being a first issue, naturally what's going to sell it is the cover. So you got a variety of covers here. And this is where Kickstarter really hurts you, because they have for a long time not allowed images over here to let you know what it is you're bidding on, or not bidding on, but donating to. Now they've fixed that recently, and you've taken advantage of it with the new add-ons here. But as I was scrolling down, honestly, I was like, okay, which one is this one? I'm looking at the first one here. Where is that one? So it was a lot of reading and cross-referencing that Kickstarter makes you do to figure out what's what.
I should improve on that then, because I feel the same way. That's part of the reason I'm a Kickstarter late bloomer. I haven't pitched into that realm at all. And a part of that is exactly what you just said. And I always get really confused when I look at people's campaigns, but I honestly ran out of time to do that. But if you really think it makes that big of a difference, which I'm sure it does, because I know I've had that complaint, then I'll fix that in the next one.
There's always Fund My Comic. No, I don't work for them, but I'm happy with them, is what I'll say.
Okay.
So how many covers are we looking at here? I see 4 right away. Because I don't know if the rest of them are prints. Actually, I don't know if these are prints. No, they're covers.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3,
Those are
4,
all the covers.
5,
There's
6.
more.
Okay. Because I saw a pin up here, and I'm like, oh, that's the pin up, or is that the pin up cover?
I'll help you explain it if you like.
So there's 8 total.
Well, there's more than that. Sneaky. So it says naughty versions available on some of them that aren't. So you got there. Yeah, scroll up to the top. I'll help break her down.
Okay.
There you go. Covers. So you got the original, and that one is just naturally naughty. It doesn't have. That's just a naughty version. The next one is the Super Babe. Right. That Super Babe, it says it's a boob, it's a babe, it's Super Babe. That one just comes like that. That's there's no naughty version for that. That's just the Super Babe.
Way you see it is
You know. Okay. Yes. Then that's the Siren, and then you'll see at the bottom it says naughty version available. So you could get that Sirens cover where they're all in the water, that just like that, or a naughty version.
Without
and then the
starfish.
Mega Pint. Yeah. No starfish, right? And the Mega Pint's the same way. That one plain, clean, or naughty.
Okay.
And then the pinup is also naturally naughty.
Straight up naughty. So yeah, these ones that say naughty version, that's 2 covers each time. So that's a lot of covers.
Yes, but not near as many as I've seen on other campaigns.
No.
I'm shocked at how many they have, but I guess that's how they do it. So
my friends
people
at
like
Bad Bug Media will drive you insane with the number of covers they'll throw out with the naughty, not naughty variations. And then these 2 here, this is, I've always seen blank sketch covers, but you've got one where you can get the blank and you're going to draw something on it, presumably boobs.
Yes, anything you want on that one. And that one can come naughty or not naughty, no extra charge on that. And there's already a lot of exciting sketches. I'm going to be drawing a Power Girl. I'm going to be drawing I think a Harley Quinn, like a Tomb Raider. I don't even remember all the ones, but there's a lot of cool. Huh? What'd you say?
Nobody's asking for Batman? Come on. He's popular character.
That'd be really fun.
just straight up. Who do you want me to draw? Richie Rich. Draw Richie Rich on the cover of my boobs.
Lots of room to play with that.
I didn't even mean that one when it came out. It just did.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, that's the sketch card tiers you were talking about. Wow, how much of this have I had?
And they're all gone except for this says 2 spots left. I haven't had time to update that today. All of those sketches of the Beach Babes, you'll see the tier further down, but this is just like a what's in the campaign. And it says sketch tiers are also available for, it's like a Boobapalooza with sketch or a Big Boob special with sketch. But that's what they look like. And then it's just previewing. And
you can get drawn in too and get smacked in the face with a boob.
Yes.
Like
one of my better ideas.
Oh.
And those are just some friends.
Real quick.
I've been really hyper focusing on that because obviously I don't know who's going to get drawn in yet. I've had some people get the drawn in, and so the pages I'm like drawing their faces in where the spots go, and I've been doing that over the past 3 days, and it's been a blast. I'm like, this is awesome. This is the best book ever. So
metal
those are just
prints and more. Yes, because you're going to want this on your wall, folks. Presumably in one of the rooms that Mom doesn't visit when she comes over.
And then if you keep scrolling, you'll get to, well, it'll talk about the book for a bit. Oh, there's the stretch goals.
We got the stretch goals, all of which have been opened, by the way. You've hit every single one of them. Are you surprised at all? I mean, what were your expectations for this book?
I kind of like shut off having expectations because I didn't know. I was really nervous, actually, like almost debilitatingly nervous the few days up to a week before the campaign because I had no idea how it was going to be received. No one likes a boob flop, you know.
No.
So
One does, no.
I wasn't sure if it was going to
It's like Ron White says, once you've seen one pair of boobs, you want to see the rest of them.
That's awesome. So I also played it real easy on like the foil covers and stuff. And for issue 2, now that I know that people are interested, I've got all these really awesome, cool covers planned that are more glamorous.
You've got to have one that's embossed.
I think that is on the list. That is on the list, yes. And if there's any issue to do with, it's issue 2, because there's a perfect pose where she's just like this. So that's already been the cover. So yeah, I'm actually in the process of getting a quote for a larger print run of embossed. They're very expensive, but they get cheaper the more you print. Yeah. So I didn't do any of that for this campaign because I didn't know if it was if I made like $800, $900 and I'm getting all embossed covers, I'm going to come out negative. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just the covers I did.
I think with what you're seeing on this campaign, you're safe to order embossed covers for the next one.
Well, I'm very happy to know. I'm happy to know people enjoy boobs, and yes, I've come to really enjoy boobs. Unexpected, very pleasant surprise of how well it's doing. So,
and for the viewers watching on the shared screen here, what we're looking at on StreamYard. See the little purple box over here? This says manage your pledge. That only shows up if you've thrown money at it already. So yes, full disclosure, I have thrown money at the original cover. I really had to scroll to find the original cover because it wasn't not the first cover that showed up because sorting capabilities within Kickstarter, they always go by cheapest first, cheapest items first.
Yeah. All good input. I will definitely be prettying it up then. This is my first Kickstarter, so and I did all the graphics and stuff, and I was a little overwhelming. Oh, thank you. Oh, I put a lot of time into that, so I'm glad. But there is a disconnect of like information and scrolling, and I agree for every campaign. Like I said, I always went on Kickstarter, and I was like, no, I don't understand. So
yeah, Indiegogo is easier to set up and follow for a user and for a person setting up a campaign. This is not the campaign for Indiegogo. This is definitely the campaign for Kickstarter. Kickstarter is where you go get your bad girls. Indiegogo is where you go get your Image comics from the 90s.
That's good to know.
So you came to the right place for this. And somewhere along the way, you added actual squeezable boobs in your hands for stress boobs.
Yes.
And I saw that they were being added. I'm like, oh, that just one, but no, you've got 2 of them, and which I guess they have to come in pairs, but it just looks weird. So to see them like that, but and stress boobs are speaking of our friend Kara, this is my mouse pad is right here, so I'm familiar with the concept of stress boobs.
That's awesome. Good for Kara. That's fantastic. Yeah, these silicone things are really fun to squish. They're very squishy, and they are attached. And it's been sort of an experiment because we're making them ourselves. So we just had this kind of crazy idea. Yeah. We've been playing Breaking Boob the past few weeks, and
what is that process like?
Well, silicone's not cheap, so now I get why boob jobs are expensive.
Breaking Bad.
He heard you. My husband's here delivering the boobs. A handful of boobs.
We got a handful of boobs. Look at these. Squishy, squeezable, pink.
Let me find a real good one here because we've been going through all kinds of them. Oh, and I hope I can show them on YouTube. So they're squishy. I'll hide the parts that may need to be censored, but they're squishy and they're fun. And it's just been a matter of getting the 3D mold and commissioning that, and then mixing the silicone. And you can also put it on your finger, by the way. I don't want to show uncensored things, but I like to bounce them. It looks like a boober pie.
Yeah, perfect. And they're the right color pink, which leads me to the next obvious question about boob and pink at the same time. Have you thought about in the future some sort of a charity tier for breast cancer awareness?
I have. Oh, I'll talk about that in a second. He's dropped by to show you his bedazzled kind. So they work well. they're good on the thumb here to squeeze. There's emotional support boobs, and then he also hand bedazzled these, and that was totally like 100% my husband's idea and venture and effort. This is all 100% him. We sell these. He's gonna sign it in the back and write a quote like "You're fabulous today," on the back. He's got all these clever ones. So.
So are you also making about the hanging ones then? I guess you're gonna put them on necklaces.
Yes. See this? Yeah, the bedazzled is already glued to the support that we have. We had made here, and then we made the eyelets, and then we got the necklaces and the hooks, and then we hang them like that. I don't have hanging ones with me, but that's what they do. They're great party necklaces. Whatever you want for them.
Yeah, well, now that I've seen them, I get the better idea, because I was like, there was nothing to put them to scale with in these images. I'm like, are they full size? Like I could just hang them around my neck and just walk around like this all day long.
That's a very good point. Well, I did Photoshop a picture of Zoolander and Hansel wearing them to about scale, but that's nested in the update. So you're right, you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
And anybody laughing at me on the show, you'd do the same thing.
That's hilarious. But on your note, before I forget, October, I think it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and coincidentally, that's when I'm launching issue 2. So I'm sure I haven't figured out how or what yet, but there's definitely room to play with boobs there.
Yeah. Now, if you do play with boobs, you're killing me, Mindy. But you got to be careful though, because Kickstarter's real finicky about charity.
Oh yeah, no, it wouldn't be part of the Kickstarter. Right. I gotta respect all the rules. But I like doing things outside of that too. It doesn't have to be inside the campaign, but you can take it to, Breast Cancer Society, do something outside of it, sure. But yeah, I wouldn't put it in the campaign. I'll figure it out.
People do charity kind of combinations, but things like, hey, buy one and we're sending this one to the soldiers, or hey, buy 2 books and you get one and we give the other to kids in hospitals. This is not for kids in hospitals. Depends on the hospital.
Yes, I get your drift. You're keeping me abreast of the situation. Yes,
we're trying our best. Yes.
This tea is pretty good. I like tea. I think I'm gonna start drinking tea.
You should have 2 cups. Because then it's tea.
Someone suggested the other day to do a mug, and I was already thinking of doing a mug, but something about like my cup overflows. Whatever they say, it was genius. There's so many things to play with here.
They've already I had this mug 30 years ago as a bachelor party present, and it never survived the first week. I don't know where it went. My bride at the time cleaned house, and I couldn't find my mug. But this mug was a 3-dimensional boob, and you poured coffee in it up to a point, because on the side there was a hole on the side that you could drink the coffee out of, or the milk, or whatever else you wanted to put in it. So it was a boob. So you could find those, and then you could have the logo put on the back side of it. So you could have boobs on the back and the little drinking spout on the front.
Wow, that's very clever. I could make it myself. This is what's really cool about this campaign. So we have taken this opportunity to be very crafty. I've always wanted to make statues. Like, I'm a big Todd McFarlane Toys fan, and I'm very picky with statues. Like, I'll go to like the antique mall and I'll see an old Wicked Witch of the West sitting there, and I'll pick her up and I'll be all aggravated because, it just doesn't look right. Like it looks too cartoony. It doesn't look real. There's more that could have gone into this. So, and I love Sideshow Collectible statues. So we won't be able to do a full statue during this campaign, but we are trying to get that done. And there's like, here, if I can find her. Here's like a really messed up prototype. And
that's a little one. I was thinking something big.
Oh, I have a big one. But we're trying different things. See, here's her leg. You know that Monty Python scene where he loses his leg and he's like, "'Tis but a scratch." Yeah, this is the "'Tis but a scratch" girl. There's all different. Oh, big one. Okay, he found the big one. Well, I gotta send to her. So this is 3D printed, but what we can do, this is like a test model.
There you go.
It's the first time I'm revealing it. Yes. So I'm going to take her and then dip it, I'm going to fix her up. I could even like add details, and we got this commission and digitally sculpted for us. And then I'm gonna make a silicone mold. And then I'm going to take it out, and then I'm going to put resin, and got a special concoction. I've like talked to suppliers and stuff about like what I can do to make it look all like a stone. And then I can take that out, and then I can hand paint it like Sideshow Collectibles. I'm so excited.
Mindy. Okay,
yes.
I'm going to do to you what I do to almost everybody on my shows. And I've got to trademark this phrase and put it on a shirt. And the phrase goes like this. You know what you need to do. Trademark, R.J. Carter. So you get the sculpt, you get a hollow sculpt, okay? You carve out the boobs like Jack the Ripper. I'm sorry, but you do that so that there are two big gaping holes there. Now you've already made silicone boobs. You put them inside and you push them through, and now you've got a mixed medium statue where it's standing and it's solid, but boop 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 boop. It's just an idea. Just throwing it out there.
You're a genius. I could hug you right now.
This is what I do. I had a guy on my show 3 years ago with kids and monsters, and they're carrying him around in a backpack. And I said, you know what you need to do? You need to find somebody who you can print on backpacks, and no one's ever done I did the distribution for his project 2 months ago. Guess what? He sent me a box of backpacks with the logo and everything emblazoned on it. It's like, he did that. Damn, son of a bitch. I should have got a cut.
Yeah, good ideas. They do get stolen from time to time, but that's okay. There's there's always good ideas, more good ideas. I think so. That's awesome.
By the way, if you go with that where you're pushing them through, you've now got the capability of making her in different sizes. Same statue.
That is such a good idea. I love it. Oh, now that's got to be done. That just has to be. Wow, that no one's ever done that before. That's amazing.
No, everything is solid porcelain or solid plastic. There's nothing that's like plastic, but right here, you have to do something around the edges to make it look seamless. You can do that with like paint or plastic. Thin the plastic as it comes to this edge.
Well, she's ripping her shirt open, so if I adjust it, I'll have to hit up my digital modeler guy again, and just make the shirt kind of like ripping around those areas. And this is just one statue. We have like 2 others planned at least. And I just got a scanner in the mail today. So we had to do it this way because I'm not a digital modeler. I've tried and it's so hard. Yeah. But the scanner allows, it's crazy. It's like Star Trek technology, man. It's crazy. So my husband found the scanner. I'm just going to use the bedazzled boobs as a prop here. So say I have this bell, I can take the scanner like Star Trek and go, and it scans it into my computer, and then I can 3D print it. That's wild. So the next statues, I don't have to, hire someone to design it. I can sculpt it because I enjoy sculpting. And I could put that there. Now I have my scanner. I could even do that now. Go in there, and then I just, that's what I want to do for issue 2, because issue 2's cover, she's like this. She's just like squeezing him, and she's really happy. It's an awesome cover. I love it. So I'm gonna do a statue called the Bust, and it's just gonna be that. I could even make like a piggy bank slot right there, you know. Dink.
Oh,
and
yes.
But I can sculpt that. I can even take my own hands. Like I take my own hands and put it in, you know, and I could scan my own hands, like not my own boobs, because I don't even have that. But
I wasn't gonna go there.
But balloons.
I'm not saying I wasn't thinking it, but I'm not gonna go there.
I'll get 2 balloons. Balloons are way squishier. Balloons are perfect. I'll get 2 balloons. I'll take a picture of it so you guys can see, and then I'll scan it, and I'm gonna turn that into a statue. Just watch. It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, I was at a sci-fi convention about 15 years ago or less, and they had a scanner there, but they had a big one, like, you know, you stood on the platform and it scanned you. And you know, I had a little 3D print of myself all painted up, but you know, the cosplayers were just loving it because they were like, they would stand. It's like I stood there and it went around for like 4 minutes, stand real still, and you know, people walking by says, "Oh, he's standing on that platform." And then my friend, who's got a book and hired cosplayers to promote his book, she steps up in her chainmail bikini with her sword, and suddenly there's a lot of interest in 3D print technology as the crowd just gathered around and watched her strike a heroic pose unmoving for 4 minutes.
Wow.
She was tall and athletic and chainmail, and yeah, it was.
That's cool. That the technology has come. Now you can buy it yourself. I mean, it's not cheap, but you guys you got me at 22,000 for this campaign, so I'm not just gonna run with that money either. Like, I don't have the money now, so I admit I put this on my credit card, the scanner, but I could pay it off with that, so I'm not in debt, you know. And that's what I figure you guys want to see. Like, if you guys like me as a creator, then I want to reinvest that money into providing better products, you know, and really cool stuff you guys can have. So that's really cool. I'm glad the technology has advanced to this point. That's wild. That's 15 years ago, and now it's like you could 3D print your own children if you wanted. I could sit there and, like, you know, and print a human. It's crazy.
As long as I sit still during the scanning process, yeah. So we're still looking at stretch goals here. You hit the 15K for the coloring book. Is this a coloring book or a coloring page? I mean, I'm looking at this sheet here. I don't know if that's representative.
It looks like a page, but no, I was going to do a little bit more than just the one page. And also I added to it the other day when we hit the stretch goal to include a little bit more. Here's my sketches. So people have been wanting a cover gallery, but I've been kind of nervous because then I didn't know if other people would be mad at cover galleries because they're buying the books with the other covers. I don't know. So I decided. Yeah, what do you think? While I get my sketches out.
Getting the cover gallery is not the same thing as getting the book with the cover, because they're different rarities. So, you know, you know, a cover gallery is just, you've already shown the covers on Kickstarter. People want to see the cover and just that. They've already right-clicked and saved.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a good point. Okay. Well, I added the clean cover gallery to that, and then I thought I'd throw in kind of like a campaign gallery too of different sketches and stuff from the campaign. Like, here's just one random one.
You got no legs. She's amputee down. She's kneeling.
That's not what I intended for that, but here's some more. You know, this. So I'll include some of these too. But that makes me reassured about the cover gallery because I really don't want to make people angry. I know it's impossible to make everybody happy, but you know, I don't want to do something that's going to make people really upset, especially if they're paying a lot of money for all the covers, right?
Yeah,
so,
no, it's different when you're getting the full book with the cover. I mean,
okay, lots of sketches. I'm not showing you the naughty ones because I can't, but these are my sketches.
Yeah, because YouTube would say, you know what, our advertisers don't really like this, and to which I reply, you didn't talk to the advertisers at all. Because I guarantee you, advertisers use this. They're like, It's like, oh, wait, they're showing boobs. That means a lot of people are going to come look. Yeah, put our ads on there. What are you thinking? Poker chip. So everybody's going to get a poker chip now.
Yep. A lot of likes on the poker chip. A lot of people have collections of them, they said. Then, you know, there's been one or two people that like really were dissatisfied with the things. But for the most part, I probably got like 12 people at least who were like, please get a poker chip. So it's a balancing act, but I think poker chip is cool. So yes, they will get one. Oh, see, there you go. Ooh, that's a nice one.
Mary Machine Gun. And I was told not to drop it because they're made of clay.
Oh,
clay. So I don't know what yours is made of, but
I was reading
it's going to shatter.
They can be made up of different things. Even people can 3D print them, but I didn't do that. I ordered actual poker chips from a casino. But okay. I think that they do sometimes have clay. I was reading about this to add the weight. Like there's definitely an art to making a casino grade poker chip, obviously, because they do all this, you know, anti-fraud stuff. So I don't know which is the right way or the wrong way. I don't know. Even I'd have to look up which one I ordered and how that works. But I did read that they do add a ceramic, like a circle inside or outside for the weight. Mm-hmm.
Now, looking at the image here, it looks like it's standing on a base. Is this just two poker chips in two different dimensions, or is it really on a poker chip base like that? It's just two poker chips. I'm sorry. I didn't know that looked like a base. You're right, it does. Oops. Would have been kind of cool. I'm like, now I want a base for my poker chip, something that just kind of grips them and holds them straight up.
Well, Matt, I could make one.
You don't have to. You got 2 days to go.
I know. It just never stops. It never stops.
By the way, you're at 22,117 now, Mindy. Which means that somebody during the campaign here backed the campaign, and we have a thing for that. We call it our shake and bake moment, and it goes a little like
it's shake and bake, and I help.
So, now it could have been somebody completely outside the show, but if it happens during the show, we take credit for it. So whoever it was in the chat that jumped in there and put that in, appreciate you, folks.
Thank you. You've never had a shake and bake with 8, 2, 4, 6, 8 boobs all at once. That's my shake and bake right there. Thank you.
So we got a paragraph on the story here. It's for mature readers. If you haven't figured that out by now, her name's Boobs. She's an attractive yet ditzy. You're from the South, aren't you? Bless her heart.
Sort of.
And her pervy, beach-loving sidekick, Samchai. This book is the first issue of an ongoing series brought to you by husband and wife creator team Mike and Mindy Wheeler. And it's babes, beer, and laughter. What more could you want? Yeah, that's all. If it wasn't for that whole pesky job thing, that would be my life.
It's very honest marketing.
Yeah.
What can I say?
So this is okay. This is where it's science fiction, folks. That's why it's comic books. Geeky guy, what's happening? He's getting boobs in the face everywhere. And he's got a favorite. It's her. She doesn't give him the time of day. She's a waitress.
That is her fantasy job. You'll see. She I can't get into the details yet of her background, but she's awesome. But that is where that's sort of a daydream sequence right there, that page where she's like envisioning herself, and she loves the 50s pinup style era. So I won't say she's locked down that job yet, but she imagines herself in that position in this sequence.
All right. You ran a giveaway. I missed it. It was over 400, number 430 something. I'm like, there's my number there. No, I wasn't out there. But
if I can hit 500 before in the next 2-3 days, I'll do another one. I'm hoping, because that would be really cool to hit a 500 backer milestone. That would just be awesome. So, but I don't know if we'll get there. I think we're like 70 backers away. So I really got to push if I want that to happen. So
and what did these backers get?
The first on the left side was purely the metal trading cards. Those four, if you scroll up slightly, you'll see the Good Witch, the Bad Witch, the Mad Hatter, and the Angel. That's just old art of mine that I have on. Yeah, they're sitting up there. Pretty metal trading cards. Ooh. Well, see, there's my Angel in the back there. I got the metal of him here. And then the 400, there are some metal trading cards, some surprise artwork on those, and then possibly other things in that. That's a mystery giveaway for the 400 numbers.
Got it. So you'll love it. Now here's the rewards all over again, which we haven't gone down and looked at the rewards. We got hung up looking at the boobs. Go figure. So the different tiers are right here of issue 1. Tells you what you're going to get, whether it's the digital or the physical. Again, rather hold it in my hands. So that's what I backed. I'm telling you straight up, folks, that I did back it. So
yes, you did. I saw it come in when you backed it. I said, "There you are."
Yes, there. All the different covers you saw up at the top. Prices. Let's just start looking at some prices. So the first one is the Beach Babe Mega Pint Edition. That's where they're all with the great big beer stein. That one's $20, $25 for a blank sketch cover, $30 for the Naughty Beach Babe Mega Pint Edition, $30 for the Naughty Sirens Edition, $35 for the Beach Babe Mega Pint Upgrade, which I'm guessing comes with a 11 by 17 print. Where am I at? So I'm not there. I'm
You're not there yet.
I'm not at the Sirens. This must be the one I got. I knew it was $40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like how Kickstarter did it. I
I hadn't seen the Super Babe plain, or I probably would end up with that. But I'm glad I got this because now I'm getting the pinup artwork.
Ah, yes. I captioned all the graphics, so at the very bottom it gives you the prices of what's in there too. Yes. Pretty much so there's 3 themes. There's that Mega Pint, which that one I cut short, only has the book, Naughty or Not Naughty, and has the book in the print. I didn't go full metal on that one, but the other 2, yeah, like the Sirens You're On, it'll have the 3 options too, like book and print, or book, print, metal, and sticker. So it's like that regular upgrade or a mega upgrade, and then Naughty or clean on the versions. The Super Babe is at the bottom. You'll get there. But this is a little interrupting tier of sketches, which it comes with that Getting Laid cover with Samchai. Laid, LEI, apostrophe D. It's the flowers. And that came with one of the sketch cards there. But they're all gone, I believe.
It was not the Super Babe cover I got. I got the regular cover, but I did not see the regular cover go by here.
You haven't seen it yet. You have not. No. That's just the bummer with Kickstarter. It's beneath these sketch card tiers, though. You'll see it. It's the most popular one, that the Naughty original Super Babe. It should be $30.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You're not seeing it?
35 for the Beach Babe, 30 for Naughty Sirens, 30 for Naughty Beach Babe, 25 for blank sketch cover. See, it's something skipped.
That's weird.
I just realized, maybe did you limit the number of
yeah,
sell out?
I shouldn't have. No, I shouldn't have limited it, but for some reason maybe it glitched. That's weird. It should be available.
Well, just reload the page.
I need to look into that. I'm going to pull it up on my laptop right now. Because no, it shouldn't be limited.
I'll hit to manage my pledge. Watch this bring up my credit card number. Of course it will. I ordered the Naughty Super Babe edition.
Yeah, that should be right. Let me check on it on my computer, see if I can find it.
I guess is the original cover.
Yeah. Control F. I'm controlling F. Naughty page by Megapint. Naughty. I see it on mine.
Okay.
It's got
Naughty Super Babe. So I guess I was looking for the word original cover, but it was really the Naughty Super Babe cover.
Yes, it's the Naughty Super Babe. In the description, it says it's the iconic original cover, which is naturally naughty. And that one is right after the Naughty Sirens edition. It's $30, and that's the most popular cover. It's got 79 backers.
Here's why I didn't see it, because I was down here between 35 and 40, but it's pinned at the top. So there it is right there. It's the very first thing. It's pinned because that's your selection. So it's making it easy. It's making it easy for me, and I'm confused.
I didn't know it did that either.
This one's on me, Kickstarter. So yeah, I got the original Naughty. I need to go in there and manage that and throw some pinups in it. I've still got a little bit of wall space left here.
Wall space is good.
Yes, I've got a whole ceiling too that I haven't really taken advantage of.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh, well, so we're looking at a bunch of sold stuff now.
Yep, there you go. There's your cover right there, the Super Babe.
That's my cover right there. This is the pinup I could have got with the upgrade edition. So,
yep.
And I'm looking at this here now, and I know that you went through the Photoshop thing of trimming this around and getting it close cropped. And now I'm thinking, yeah, that is a perfect die cut sticker or fridge magnet. And if you haven't had those made, I know exactly where you can go to get them done.
That was an option.
Who doesn't want to go to the kitchen because you got to make a sandwich, and you just go to the fridge and there they are. Just, you know, it makes you happy before you've even put the bread down. Every room of the house is a good room for boobs.
I was really unsure of how this would be received, so these suggestions are great. I've only got 2 days left. You know, it's hard to
you're not going to get anything done now.
I know that this whole campaign has been a very evolutionary process. Like, I've had so many good suggestions, and I've added and perfected, but I'm a little late on doing that now. But next issue is just around the corner. So July, August, I'll do the pre-launch. So I already had a die cut sticker. Yeah, I wanted to do that, but I shied away because the cost of die cut stickers is more expensive than the flat ones. But yeah, I would love that. I like the pinup style.
I'll help you on that. I have an in.
Ooh, that'd be great.
I order die cut stickers and magnets all the time. I mean, here's, die cut Joe King for my friend George Peter Gatsis. It will be going out with his book. There's a stack of them there. And
cool.
Not truly die cut when your logo is already a circle, but these fridge magnets also come from the same place. So
heck yeah, that's
hang
awesome.
on after the show, I'll hook you up.
All right.
Speaking of which, we are at that point where we are at the end of the show. So, Mindy, thank you so much for bringing your boobs onto our show.
Have a serious moment for boobs.
This is a fun sounding book. The artwork looks absolutely great. There's a lot you can do with this, surprisingly. So thank you again for coming on. Do appreciate it. Hope it won't be the last time. Would love to have you on again to talk more.
Yes, this was a blast. Thank you for having me.
You keep saying that, and I love it. You've got the tagline down for this show. In fact, I'm going to say it one more time as I say to the chat, thank you for showing up. We don't have a show without you. We're just a podcast falling in the woods otherwise. So we're glad that you're here. And as always, while you were here, we just hope you had a blast. Good night.